Another thing that was very interesting, or that I was really happy that Kim did during her live with Dana, was that she stood her grounds when it came to the whole John Fuda situation. She explained to Dana that a lot of people came into her DMs or under her comments and threatened to cancel their membership on her Patreon because she was having John Fuda on. And I have to give it to her. It takes a lot of guts to just say to people, you know what? This is my content. This is my podcast. If you're really a fan of me and if you really like me for me, then you will stay. And if you don't want to stay, then I guess you were never a true fan to begin with. And I have to applaud her for that, because at the end of the day, I agree. People need to relax. It's just for entertainment. She is not saving the world. She is talking about her experience on the show. She wants to have some interesting guests on. And at that point, she believed very firmly that John Fuda deserved to be told to tell his story, and she was more than willing to give him the platform to do so. So I have to say that I was really happy that she did that. And at the end of the day, guys, I have said it multiple times on this podcast, I enjoyed when Kim was on the show. I thought she was a great villain, great television, and that does not negate the fact that I also like Melissa. I like Melissa a lot, and I know that Kim D and Melissa, although Kim D has not said anything very negative about Melissa lately, they're not the best of friends, right? But it's okay. It's okay to like both, to like them both. I can like Melissa, I can like Kim, and you can like whoever you want, right? And at the end of the day, when it came to the John Fuda interview, I thought that John Fuda deserved to explain his upbringing and talk on the comments or the accusations that were brought up against him, right? So a lot of people were making a big deal about him calling Teresa a has-been. One thing that I was really happy that Kim D mentioned, and I had completely forgotten that, and it was a valid point. Everyone wants to take it as, oh, he's trying to age shame Teresa, which I don't believe that's what he meant. I already explained this in an earlier episode. However, Teresa has brought up people's age on the show multiple times. And Kim D gave the example that Teresa made fun of Kim G by calling her Kim Granny Tell. She kept on calling her that. And Teresa is now the age that Kim G was back then, back in season 3, right? Teresa has made comments on Caroline Menzel's age constantly. Even Caroline said this. She said, oh yeah, it's because I'm old, right? You like to put that and throw that in my face because I'm old. So, Teresa also does that. And she has even said the same thing about Kim D at some point. Like she called her like some sort of like filthy name at the reunion and said, you're all dried up, right? And then she went, all dried up. That's what you are. So it's like, people need to take it down a notch when it comes to the whole has-been comment. It's not that bad of an insult. He's just basically saying like, your time on the show is probably coming to an end. That's what he meant, according to my own opinion, right? So, and at the end of the day, Kim D can have whoever she wants on her show. When she has John Fuda on, then I'm happy about it because I like John Fuda. When she'll have Penny on, I will still listen, and then I'll look forward to contradicting some of the things that, that Penny might say. And it's okay. It's all part of the game, all right? But for those of you guys that are not on Kim's Patreon, and I don't know if I'm getting everything mixed up here. I'm not sure if she disclosed this during her live with Dana yesterday or if she said that in her Patreon. But anyways, you know who follows Kim D on her Patreon that I thought was very interesting? Louis. Louis follows Kim D. He pays to listen. He pays to listen to her in her Patreon, which I thought was very interesting. And I also have to applaud her for like the fact that she knows this, but she still says what she needs to say about Teresa I was happy because somebody in the comments yesterday asked a question about the dogs, the German Shepherds, and although this is all like old and stale tea, people still want to know what happened to the dogs. And the fact that Kim D did not back down and told the story as I remembered she had said it before, it shows that she's not necessarily afraid. Like she's not afraid to speak her mind, even though Louis is watching. So I had to give her some kudos for that. And another thing when it came to the John Fuda and mention during the podcast or during the live with Dana yesterday, I was a little surprised that I don't know. I thought that Dana would have explained a little bit more because, Dana and Kim D were on opposite ends when it came to what happened at the party. Like there was a party off camera and the rumor that this and that happened. And then Kim D talked about it in her Patreon with John Fuda. And Dana said that it did happen and that she got the information from someone that was trustworthy. I just thought that they would have kind of like exchanged on that a little bit more. Maybe Dana could have explained where she got her information from. I was just really curious to hear her talk about that a little bit more. Just because, at this point, there hasn't been any further update when it came to that situation that allegedly took place at a Jackie Goldschneider's party or friend of or whatever. But for my part, I've already debunked the rumor and said that it was not true. It was a planted story. But I would have liked for the two of them, Kim and Dana, to kind of exchange on that. But it did not happen during the live yesterday. So I just thought I would share that with you guys.